I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you also for the kind messages of support for Catherine and for my father, especially in recent days.
Have you heard about the royal family's huge announcement regarding King Charles? It's been making headlines everywhere, leaving everyone questioning what's really going on. This isn't just another royal update. This one has major implications for the future of the monarchy, and you won't believe what they're planning. The world has paid attention to the latest statement from King Charles of the royal family because it is different from all the others. The British monarchy has long been a sign of power and tradition, with close eyes on everything they do. Now, though, the monarchy is going into new territory with a surprise announcement that could determine its future. What does this mean for King Charles, the royal family, and the crown itself? A lot of people are interested in the story because they want to know how it would affect the royal family's image and role in modern society. King Charles has been a powerful person for a long time, but now he is at the center of a big change. The news says a lot about the times. A choice that no one saw coming has shook up what was once thought to be the monarchy's sure path. Along with King Charles's public events, rule, and health, this is more than that. It has to do with the path the government could take in the coming years. What does it mean in this world? Is this statement part of a bigger plan that we don't know about yet? Let's take a close look at what this bold statement really means for King Charles and the future of the kingdom. The shocking news that the royal family shared has been picked up by the media and royal fans all over the world. But what did they really say? Did it have anything to do with King Charles' health? Another possibility is that it was something more worrying about his royal duties. In a well-written statement, the royal family talked about King Charles's role in the throne and what the future might hold for the British royal family. People were curious about what was going on behind the royal gates after the statement came out because it seemed to hint at big changes on a large scale. Was this really just about health, or was there something else going on that made this change happen so quickly? Most of the time, royal matters are kept secret, but this felt different. It looked like the family was almost getting people ready for something that would have long-lasting effects. The timing of the statement was also questionable. Why now of all times? Was this planned for months, or was it necessary right away? People began to guess what event or situation might have caused the family to make such a big statement. People had seen King Charles for decades, and the family didn't always like to talk about private things. People began to wonder, what is going on with all this new openness? It was just as much about how they spoke as what the royal family said. This comment wasn't made by accident. It was planned and well thought out. What does this mean for the future of the monarchy? As soon as the royal family said what they were going to do, the media went crazy. Major news outlets rushed to cover every aspect of the comments as they were being made. There were a lot of ideas to speculate about. Many people, including journalists, analysts, and royal fans, had different ideas about what this meant for King Charles's future and for the kingdom as a whole. In the same way, the people gave similar mixed answers. Some people were worried about the king's health because the statement sent mixed messages. Others seemed very interested in what the royal family would do next. The royal family's position seemed to be made clearer by a number of reports and reaffirmations, even though the statement was unclear in some ways. Was there something else going on? Or was this just about King Charles's health? Were there any signs of a power change? Let's look into the rumors about King Charles's health some more. When you think about how old the king is and how much he has to do, this statement raised a lot of questions. Health problems have been around for a while, and this new finding makes them even more interesting. Is the family keeping something from you? Or is his health really as much of a worry as they're letting on? There have been rumors for a while that King Charles might have health problems that make it hard for him to do his royal duties. As of late, though, everything had been kept very secret. That being said, the news seemed to prove that King Charles may be having more problems than just the occasional sickness. So what does this mean for the royal family, and what are their duties? There was a lot of guesswork about King Charles's health because the royal family didn't say too much about it. Still, the vagueness of the comment made it very clear that his health might be getting worse in a way that would soon make it impossible for him to fully perform his royal duties. But what kind of sickness did he have? Was this a short-term phase or something that would last? A lot of people have been worried about his health for a long time, so the comment made me feel like this is a real tragedy. When someone is sick, it affects everyone around them as well as the sick person. This includes the whole country as well as the royal family. In addition to being the symbol of the royal family, King Charles is the face of the British government and the leader of the people. A change in his health could lead to a big change in the way the royal family is set up. The first thing that everyone was worried about was whether this was the start of King Charles's slowing down or leaving. King Charles has been having health problems, which makes people wonder if he might be quitting. Are the royal family getting ready for a big change in who runs the country? The idea of King Charles giving up his throne has become popular in public debate, even though it was previously unthinkable. This is where the guess becomes really interesting. The statement didn't say for sure that King Charles would step down. It just hinted that something might be changing. In that case, what would happen to the kingdom if King Charles changed his mind? Would Prince William take the throne sooner than expected? It looked like there would soon be a change in power, and this secret could have been the first step toward that big change. That being said, did hints in a subtle way that King Charles might be getting ready to give the torch to his son, Prince William. As of late, William has been more involved with the royal family. Since King Charles can take it easier, it makes sense that his son will take on more duty. Would this just be a slower changeover, or would the crown really be handed over? It was still unclear what they thought about the matter, but there was a sense that things were shifting. This statement is the start of a change that can't be stopped in the monarchy. This change might not involve abdication, but rather King Charles appearing in public less often. Because Prince William is becoming more well-known, it wouldn't be surprising if King Charles started to give some of his tasks to other people in the coming months or years. It hasn't been said for sure, but this change might be happening. When the royal family revealed King Charles, it made everyone want to say something. Even though they haven't said everything, the message is clear. Change is coming. What does this mean for the monarchy? Could this be the time when everyone's job changes in the family? Everyone is interested in King Charles, so they are all watching to see who will step in and how things will go. There is a lot of talk about the monarchy's future because it's not clear. Let's start with Prince William. Is this the scene where his part really shines? A lot of people agree. Over the years, he has gradually taken on more and more responsibility. If King Charles is really taking a step back, or maybe because he is sick, Prince William's move up makes even more sense. In spite of having planned this for years, he may have to carry it out sooner than planned. The attention could suddenly make him stand out much more. If he becomes King of England, people may see him take on some of the duties that King Charles can no longer do. As his job gets more official, people may want to know if he is really ready to lead the kingdom into the future. This could be the change they've all been waiting for, even though no one saw it coming so quickly. Then there's Queen Camilla. What does she need to do next? Camilla is already in a big role because she is married to the king, but her duties may grow now that King Charles may be taking a break. In the future, she might have to go to more public events, do royal tasks, or even work directly with Prince William and Princess Kate. If Camilla can help keep the peace while the family gets used to these changes, she could be very helpful. The public may see her taking on an even more important leadership role, given that the family is navigating this transition. In many ways, she could help keep the kingdom stable by making sure it stays as united as it can during this uncertain time. It is also thought that Princess Kate's role is growing. As the wife of Prince William, she already has a lot of royal duties to do. But if Prince William's power grows, Kate will probably have more responsibilities as well. People could ask her to speak for the royal family more often, help with more charitable projects, or take on leading roles inside the palace. Kate may be expected to take on even more significant tasks in light of the shift in power. Her reputation could be impacted by this as well. Her reputation can change from someone who works behind Prince William to an important part of the royal scene. A new chapter in her royal duties may begin when she, like Camilla, gains more prominence in the day-to-day activities of the monarchy. But how will the royal family keep things stable with all of these changes? Will they put on a united front, or will we see different sides? The audience is already paying close attention and is prepared to watch if there is any disagreement or ambiguity. Noting that change is coming is one thing. Making sure the family can stay together during the change is something else. Because the government is based on strong traditions, it might be hard to keep the country united. The royal family will have to show the people that they are still as stable as ever, even though these things are happening. How they handled the change could have a big effect on how people think of the government in the future. Another problem is that royal processes are complicated. Are they going to start changing? Customs may be reinterpreted as the monarchy evolves. The public could observe changes in how royal events were planned, how official chores were carried out, and even how families interacted with the public. When King Charles steps down, a new era for the monarchy will begin, and some of these processes may change. Lots of people will be paying attention to see if anything big changes, or if the royal family stays the same as they always have. No matter what happens, the people will probably notice any changes and be able to say something about them. Different people have different thoughts on how the news about the statement has been covered by the media. Some people are excited about the changes on the one hand. They see it as a sensible shift and a sign that the monarchy is prepared for the next generation. However, there are also some detractors. Some worry about King Charles's health or find the statement to be overly unclear. Others worry about what this transition could mean for the monarchy's future, especially if too much transformation happens too fast. Clearly, a lot of questions still need to be answered, while the media keeps analyzing the circumstances, not to overlook the influence of social media either. Online soon, the news started to trend. It was interesting to see what people on social media thought about King Charles's health and who they thought would take over. As people talked about what this might mean for the future of the royal family, it was clear that they had different opinions. Some questioned the family's transparency, while others applauded the development. Social media had a major role in shaping the discussion, and it's safe to assume that the public will be keenly monitoring the royal family's next moves. As always with big news, there were a lot of plot theories. Some people immediately made snap judgments, conjuring up all sorts of bizarre scenarios about what might be going on behind closed doors. Is King Charles in worse shape than is being said? Does the royal family have something else they want to hide? These ideas are spreading quickly, which adds to the mystery of a situation that was already unclear. It is challenging to ascertain what is truly occurring, and easy for individuals to speculate and make assumptions when there is so little information available. Then, of course, is general trust. To what extent do people believe what the royal family is saying? While some are more skeptical, others are prepared to believe what the family says. People have said bad things about the government in the past, and the most recent statement doesn't help to clear up those concerns. People are beginning to question how honest the royal family is, and wonder if there is more to the story than what is being told. The next few months will show if the royal family can win back the public's trust, or if people will continue to doubt everything they do. King Charles's heritage is being looked at very closely, especially since current events are making people angry. Since becoming king, he has had problems that few leaders could have imagined, like running a country while dealing with family arguments. His reign broke with the tradition of gradual transformation. Perhaps there was a rush due to royal pressure. He has tried to bring the throne up to date, but it is hard to say how well his efforts have been so far. Some say he's still finding his feet, but it's clear that he dealt with more complexity than earlier generations. The most important question is whether his rule will be seen as a time of growth or just problems that were not expected. This new information about his health and the likely changes in his situation raises a lot more questions. How will this alter how history views his reign? Some people would see it as a smart, modern move that will keep the government stable for future generations. Some people would wonder if it hurts his ability to lead. It's unclear whether his health issues are mild or serious, but the fact that the royal family has acknowledged them in public is a big step forward. Even though his reign was short, this knowledge might alter how we perceive it. When we look ahead, Prince William seems to be the most important person in the royal family. As King Charles steps back, it's clear that William is taking on more authority. If this keeps up, Prince William could play a big role in deciding the future of the throne. People might not remember King Charles's rule as creative, but it did lay the groundwork for what was to come. As Prince William becomes more well-known, it could mean a change in both leadership and how the royal family works in modern society. The monarchy needs to stay relevant, so William's involvement could help set it up for long-term success. In terms of modernization, King Charles has worked to bring the kingdom up to date, but now we're at a crossroads. The world has changed a lot since the time of his ancestors. If the monarchy wants to be relevant, it must continue to evolve. King Charles's short reign could be a turning point where the government needs to change to stay relevant. And these events might accelerate if Prince William continues to come forward. While he and Kate are married, they give the monarchy a more modern and current look that could help it stay important to the British people. As the monarchy moves into this new phase, these questions about King Charles's legacy and its future will become even more important. Will King Charles be known for how he dealt with the problems of his time? Would his rule instead be seen as a stepping stone to something bigger, with Prince William leading the way into the future of the British monarchy? The royal family's most recent health disclosure about King Charles raises more concerns than it does answers. The response seemed clear, but it made people wonder if there was more to it than that. Is King Charles's health the most important thing here, or is there something else going on behind closed doors? Since the royal family is getting ready for life without him sooner than planned, some people think his health may be worse than reported. The fact that his health wasn't made clear and that the news came out quickly only added to these doubts. Is this really just about his health, or are there other factors this choice is based on that haven't been mentioned? The timing of the announcement shows that the royal family is thinking about the long run. As talk of Prince William becoming more well-known grows, it begs the question of whether this news fits into a bigger, more strategic plan for the future of the monarchy. Could the royal family be getting ready for the fact that King Charles might step down sooner than we think? With Prince William ascending the throne, the transition may be happening sooner than expected, even if it hasn't been formally announced yet. The lack of transparency in the revelation has led many to wonder if there are more significant issues at play. People talked a lot about King Charles's health problems, but other possible factors like family fights or future succession plans are still unknown. People have made guesses about what's really going on behind the scenes because of this lack of clarity. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated and click on the next video popping up on your screen. See you next time.